Can you believe it's been 2 weeks since I have eaten anything? Hi, you guys. Welcome back. Welcome to all the new people, too. Little subscriber count is going up slowly but surely, and I appreciate all of you for clicking that button. Bring your friends and fasting acquaintances along for the ride. I would love to have them. I'm so excited that you guys are still here with me on this journey. We're 2/3 of the way done, and I have one more week of fasting to share with you guys before I end this epic experiment of the longest fast that I personally have ever done. So prior to now, 14 days was the longest I had ever done. However many years back, I don't remember what year it was, sorry, but it was totally different circumstances. I was working from home at the time, so I could rest whenever I needed to, and my life was a lot less hectic because I wasn't trying to do as much. And so having been through the same amount of time, but infinitely more active and with all of the upheaval of the world going on at the same time, feels like something of a personal triumph, and I am so excited to have made it. I am so grateful to God for bringing me through. I am so appreciative of you guys for your kind words and comments and participation and viewership, so I'm totally stoked. This would have been the day that I could have technically, so at the end of day 14, which would be Friday evening, would have been a day that I could have switched over to what I call all liquids fasting, which I still haven't explained. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. But just like the dry fast, I think I'm going to ride it out on the snake juice a little bit. Oh, here it is. Like I said, I kind of like it better now since I haven't eaten anything in 2 weeks. Like, it's the most flavorful thing I've had in my body since then. And so it started to taste pretty good. So I don't mind it. I gave myself the all liquids out. One, because I thought I knew that I was going to be tired of the snake juice after a week. And I wanted to be able to go 3 weeks without eating, but also give myself some leeway if I needed to drink something that tasted like something other than snake juice. But then also, I mentioned in a previous video, back in 2017, I was also another year of upheaval for me, and I did a lot of all liquids fasting that year, and it worked really well for me at the time, and so I just kind of wanted to pay homage to that as a part of this sort of personally groundbreaking fast for me. So it is coming, just not today, not yet. I'm going to hold out a little bit. And I also really am enjoying sort of the calorie-free environment that I've been living in. It takes a lot of the stress off, and I mentioned the other day, I am battling a food addiction. I don't know if it's like other addictions where it never goes away, it's just always there in the background. I kind of suspect that it is. And so since this is something I've been dealing with for a long time and will continue to have to deal with, I'm trying to make decisions to support my battle through that and attempt to recover from it enough to function properly. So unlike other addictions, you can't just quit food cold turkey forever, but you can for a little while, and 3 weeks is the amount of time it takes the average human being to build a habit, which is another reason why I picked this length of time, because part of this fast is to help me not conquer, but manage my food addiction in a more sustainable way. And we'll talk more about that later on too, because as I get closer to the end of this coming week, I have to think about eating again and what am I going to do. So a lot coming in the next week, a lot we've been through in the last 2 weeks, updates on things I mentioned recently. I did the detox. I did it 2 pills on the evening of day 13 and 2 pills on the morning of day 14, and it worked great. I was feeling it a little bit, and then I also had this sort of like unsightly bulge in my lower abdomen, which, like, where would that have come from? There's no food in my body, so I knew that it had to be like remnants of things that were there before. Not to get too gross, because this is not the TMI video yet. And I just wanted that out because my fasting is detoxing. And all of the stuff that your body is shedding, it's got to go somewhere. It's got to come out. And I didn't want it just hanging out for another week. And so I had to take action. Now, I might sound a little stuffy to you. I also have seasonal allergies, and normally I have an all natural allergy pill that I take, but I'm trying, except for the detox, to keep my body free from any foreign elements during this time. And so I'm choosing not to take that. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I am running my air purifier on a higher setting. And then I also have a humidifier that also works as a diffuser, and so I'm diffusing eucalyptus into the air, essential oil, and both of those are helping. So just as a side note, try to find natural ways to deal with your everyday ailments. We are such an immediate gratification society, and there's a drugstore on every corner if it's not a bar or a fast food restaurant. And so, like, everything about our culture is fix me now, fix my desire, my ailment, my whatever now. Give me a pill, give me some french fries, give me a beer, and I'll go veg my life away. But you can live at a higher level of life if you choose another way. And so a while ago, I decided that, like, over-the-counter medicines and a lot of other things that have to deal with, like, Western medical culture were not going to be my go-to anymore. I'm not saying, I never take an Excedrin if I have a horrendous headache. I do, because I have migraines, and it's one of the only things that helps me. But Western over-the-counter type deals are not my first go-to when I recognize that something is off. I try to find something natural, a way that I can combat it in a way that's going to keep chemicals out of my body. And then when I do something like this, I have a lot less to detox from. And that's been working really well for me personally. So if you've been ever, like, curious about natural medicine or natural remedies, there's tons of information online. If something happens, just look up natural remedy for, and then insert whatever it is you're dealing with. And a lot of stuff will come up that might be of help to you. So that's just my little side note plug for natural healing. I also wanted to mention that I just put up the most recent episode, highlights from the most recent episode of my podcast, which is called the Mic and Record Foundation. And I and my co-host, Jessie, really felt like, we talked about it, and we felt like we needed to do something ultra relevant to address what is going on, instead of just, like, flitting by like nothing and then continuing to produce episodes out as though we were in a vacuum. Especially considering that he's a white male and I'm a black female, and there's, like, different viewpoints, and then there's also a lot of similarities between us. And I just really wanted to reflect that here, because this channel is not just about fasting, it's about who I am and what I do. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you if you've already seen it. If you haven't, that set of clips is only about 20 minutes long, so just, like, take a minute. And then I'll also be posting the, like, full-length audio version on SoundCloud later, and I'll update the description of that video with that information once I get it finished, which will hopefully be in the next day or so. Oh, the one more thing I wanted to mention. Assuming that you noticed that I look kind of fatigued in yesterday's video, which I was, but it was not because of the fasting. I'm going to attribute that fatigue partially to the fact that I had toxins in my body that needed to get out, which I took care of, and partially because my life is very hectic. I work about 55 hours a week right now, in addition to all the stuff that I do producing videos for you guys and other side projects that you don't know anything about yet. And so I think I just hit a wall. And so, man, not even to mention all the stuff that's been going on for the last couple of weeks. And so that was just me sort of like everything hitting me at once. But that's real life, and I wasn't going to skip out showing you the reality of what was going on for me just because it didn't look as pretty as some of the other videos. So that was real me, and that was real fatigue, and that's what it looks like on me. And today I feel a ton better, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me through ups and downs, because that is what life is. Click subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you. I have big plans coming up after this project for other content that we're going to be able to share here on the channel. And if there's anything I can do to help you out with fasting, ask questions, or other things. I mean, I know about other things, but I just talk about fasting a lot because it's on my mind a lot. But yeah, let me know. And other than that, thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.